Hello everyone and welcome to the 2013-2014 Ferris State Men's Basketball Preview. I'm Rob Bentley and joined by first-year head coach of the Bulldogs, Andy Bronkema. And Coach, first of all, welcome. Congratulations on your appointment as the Ferris State head coach.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Certainly no stranger to the Bulldog program. 6 seasons here as an assistant coach before you took over this past summer. Just talk about the adjustment, what you've learned so far as you move into the head coaching role.
Well, I had a good leader to follow. Coach Saul was certainly one of the more successful coaches here at Ferris with our rich tradition, and he taught me the ropes. 6 years under him, and then the month and a half as the interim coach, learned a lot there in warp speed. Probably learned more there in the month and a half than in the previous year. And then the opportunity came to accept the job, and that was just an exciting thing for me and my family.
I know you've had a couple chances here already to evaluate your team. First of all, a great nucleus coming back, led by Drew Lehman, Dietrich Lever, your 2 junior captains in the backcourt.
Absolutely. These guys are all guys that I've recruited or were part of the recruiting process. I was in the home with Coach Saul and through the process, so I've gotten to know them very well on a lot of different levels. And it's nice to have a couple guys, not just Dietrich and Drew, but, those guys are our captains, and it's nice to issue in my coaching career with 2 guys that I'm going to have for this year and next year to help, keep the culture where we want it to be.
Certainly a bright future ahead for the Bulldogs. Just 1 senior in Ramon McAfee, but a great nucleus still of kids coming back that have been able to earn some experience and had some playing time.
Yeah, well, if everything plays out right, we're going to miss Ramon because he's got some talent and he can do some things for us. But we do have a lot of young guys with a little bit of experience, but we always talk about Ferris experience. We got a couple transfers and a couple red shirts, so we're lacking Ferris State experience, and we're going to try to gain it as quick as we can. I don't know if there's a way that we can double that speed, but next year we'll have some guys with some serious experience, and that'll help.
I know you talked about a couple transfers. James Chappelle, a player coming in that's exciting for the fans to watch. Matt Poaches, who is a transfer coming in. Just talk about what some of those additions mean.
Well, James is one of those type of players that can do some special things on the floor that not a lot of people can do. You'll see a tip dunk. He'll dunk on top of somebody, fly in for a rebound. And he's a versatile defender for us, so we're pleased to have him. He's a kid we recruited out of high school and we just missed out on. He went to a junior college, and we got him after the 2 years of junior college, so we're happy that he still wanted to be a Bulldog. And then Matt Poaches comes in as a bigger guard, able to slash into the lane. We're looking for him to be a high assist guy and finish those tough layups in traffic. So get out and run on the wing and drive it to the basket, get to the free throw line. So two guys that are going to play quite a bit this year and be a big part of the winning formula.
You've had a couple exhibition games here already against Madonna and Davenport, 2 top 20 teams at the NAIA level. Certainly an alumni game against some of the stars from the past. Just talk about what you've learned about your team through those first 3 outings.
Well, we're trying to sort out playing rotations, playing time, where people fit in, what positions they can play. We got a lot of guys that can play multiple positions, so we're trying to sort it all out. But we spent a lot of time putting in a motion offense, and then it's back to defense and rebounding, how we want to play. So I think the preseason's been good for us so far, just grounding us and letting us understand how we're going to win games. We've given up too many points, too many easy baskets. We don't mind scoring a lot of points and even giving up a lot if we score more, obviously. But we do need to grind it out on defense a little more and rebound, so the preseason has taught us about that. But it's allowed us to figure out a rotation for the future and who we're going to redshirt and who's going to play. And even as a coaching staff, Coach Lake, Coach Killian, and I just feeling each other out on the sideline and how we're going to mesh together. But we don't have any big Division I's this year that we're playing. We loaded up against ranked NAIs, and then Calvin, a ranked Division III, proud programs, championship teams from last year. So definitely going to be battle tested going into Lewis.
You play Lewis on November the 20th, season opener, a tough non-conference schedule. You'll face Winona State and Concordia St. Paul, and then into the conference season. Just talk about how these early season matchups will prepare you for conference play.
Well, they'll be a lot like the conference game. It was like the Davenport game the other night was, a GLIAC game. Similar type team that we'll face in the GLIAC, and a battle that, we'll be battle tested. We go into Lewis and like the tournament in Winona, and these games are going to be just tough GLIAC games. So it's really going to be a grind this season with 22 GLIAC games to follow. But if we can get a couple victories in that stint of games, it's going to help us in the regional rankings, and because those teams are going to beat a lot of other teams, and that'll definitely help.
You mentioned Coach Jim Lake, Coach Bill Killian on your staff. Talk about what those guys bring in terms of experience, and certainly guys that are familiar with the Bulldog program.
Well, that's the big thing. They're loyal to the Bulldogs, and they love it here, and they have a lot of pride in our program. Coach Lake being around the program for a number of years, and then really wanting to get full-time into coaching. Here's his opportunity, and he's going to be big on a lot of fronts, but certainly recruiting. He's a tireless recruiter, and he's on the road a lot, and he's very gifted there. And then in the office, Coach Killian with the experience, it really connects me to the past with Coach Ludwig, and then served again with Coach Saul. But he's been around for a long time, and is definitely a winner. He's won at every different level and different sports. And then we added Coach Jordan Sweeney, who's a volunteer assistant for us this year, and he's had a young but interesting basketball experience playing at the community college level, and then managing at Central Michigan, and then helping out at Morley Stanwood. So he's a community member, and he's there every day in practice, and he gives us another element. And then Coach Sutherland as a fifth-year student assistant. So we got a nice staff and a good mix.
I know the Bulldogs have a tough schedule. You'll start conference play at home the first weekend of December, and the conference games certainly at home. The Bulldogs were very good last year, 10-1 at home, and talk about that home court edge and what that means.
Well, it doesn't give us a lot of room to improve, but it does give us that one game. So if we can go undefeated at home, hopefully we're talking about that on a later show. That'd be great. Our home court advantage is great. Our arena is very nice, not too big, not too small. You start packing about 1,000 people in there, it gets loud, and we have some loyal fans. So they like to see a winner, an exciting brand of basketball. I know we'll bring the exciting brand of basketball to them, and the win should fall into place. But we're thankful for the fans here, the community, and the students coming out to these preseason games already. If that's a sign for the future in the GLIAC games, we're looking for some good crowds this year.
Well, Coach, best of luck to the Bulldogs as you start the 2013-2014 season.
Thanks, Robert.
This has been the Ferris State Basketball Preview. Thanks for tuning in.